Surprise! I've been sober for a year. My decision to quit didn't start with me having a problem with alcohol or some terrible event that I brought upon myself. It all started with an eclipse and a voice that delivered three messages. It's April 8th, 2024. I'm in upstate Vermont with a bunch of friends getting ready to watch Totality when somebody offers me a beer. And this voice in my head says, "Do you really want something in between you and this once in a lifetime experience?" No, no, I do not. Maybe I'll have a beer 15 minutes after it's done. So Totality happens. It's amazing. And I hope you experience it sometime in your life if you haven't. But then I realized that 15 minutes after Totality is also a once in a lifetime experience. In fact, that first sip of coffee in the morning, petting my dog's head, getting the mail, they're all once in a lifetime experiences. I'm surrounded by tiny eclipses, and I don't want anything in between me and any of them. I could not unthink that thought. But I didn't quit drinking right away because my relationship with alcohol was casual. I was not a heavy drinker, although there were definitely times where I had too much. But like many people, it was like a drink or two with dinner. It wasn't like I was drinking to escape anything, and I had proof. The day my ex-wife left, when the door closed behind her, I remember looking at my bottles in my house, and the voice said, "You can either drink through this divorce, or you can never drink alone again." And it was surprisingly easy to never drink alone again, so I don't need to quit, right? See, I always used to believe that quitting drinking was something people did because they had to, because it was life or death. And that was the case for my friend Dante, whose permission I have to share his story. We've known each other since high school, and every year around my birthday, we would get together for drinks. Except a couple years ago, he said that he'd quit drinking and told me about his severe struggles with alcohol and how far he's come. And I saw in his eyes this clarity I hadn't noticed before and this presence that felt new. And I was so proud of him and so impressed. But I thought, that's his story, not mine. I don't need to quit. April 28th, 2024, about 3 weeks after the eclipse, I'm at a bar, ghosted on a first date. I am disappointed, but I'm also really proud of myself because it was the first time I gave a woman my number, and that took guts, so I ordered a Prosecco. I even took a picture of it with the bar, a shrine to alcohol, beautifully lit in the background. I did not know that would be my last drink. 3 days later, May 1st, 2024, Dante posts on Facebook that he is now 1 year sober. And the voice delivers its third message. Share a date with Dante. And that was it. I was done. A few months later, Dante and I get together and I tell him everything, the eclipse, the voice, the Prosecco. And by the time I get to share a date with Dante, we are both in tears. He said, when we were in high school, I always felt like you were above me. But now hearing this, it's not like I came to your level or you came to mine. It's like together we created a whole new level. Now, I want to be absolutely clear. For some people, sobriety feels very different than what I've described. It's the hardest thing they'll ever do. It sucks. It takes everything they've got. Every day is a grind. They identify as being in recovery. Groups like AA are life-saving. But I grew up that was the only story, the only version of sobriety. For me, it's been a peaceful, natural, even exhilarating shift. And anybody anywhere on the spectrum can feel all of these things. So I now understand that sobriety is as unique as the person making that choice. And since I've been thinking about sobriety every day, I have developed so much more compassion for people who've made this choice and for people who haven't. For me this past year, it's been like putting on prescription glasses that I didn't think I needed. I had no idea I could feel, see, think so clearly. As the brain heals itself over the weeks and months, clarity has become my new drug. There's a saying, sobriety delivers what alcohol promises. Want to have fun at a party? Go sober. I feel like I have so much more fun now. I'm more present. I'm more confident. I remember names and stories better. I feel more patient. I feel more at ease, much less anxious. I feel resilient. My mind, clearer and healthier by the day, has even sharpened my communication skills, which you can hear in my radio show. And my intuition, freaky, off the charts. All that change, quitting as a light drinker. Now, I still go to bars. In a few weeks, my radio show Audacious is celebrating its birthday at a brewery. My poetry event, Other People's Poems, takes place at a distillery. I see these as places of community, of creativity, and of connection. And they all have non-alcoholic drinks. And as for me, this is kind of crazy. Being around alcohol and people drinking reaffirms my decision to not drink. So to my friends who drink, we're good. You keep doing whatever you want to do. I'm just going to be a little bit of a cheaper date from now on, and I'm so cool with being designated driver. Please know that I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I have been looking forward for so long to coming out. Dante told me that he almost didn't post about his 1-year anniversary, and look what happened when he did. So I'm excited to tell you that over this past year, after that last drink, my world has been full of the most beautiful tiny eclipses. Dante, happy anniversary to us both, brother. Thank you. I love you. Here's to a lifetime of whole new